In this video tutorial, we will be discussing about the reasons of root. So first we should know how the root is actually developed. So we know that the root as well as the stem part, it is developing from the seed. So in the seed, we have the regions from which the root system and the shoot system is developed. So the seed is containing the stored food material, that is cotyledon. This cotyledon will have the two regions from which the root system is formed and the shoot system is formed. The one which is forming the root system, the area on the cotyledon, we call it as the radicle. Radicle is forming the root. The one which is forming the shoot system, that place on this cotyledon or the seed, we call it as a plumule. From the plumule or the upper part, the shoot system is arised. From the radicle or the lower part, the root system is arised. So these regions are actually covered with a layer or the sheath type of structure. The radicle is covered with a layer, plumule is also covered with a layer. The layer which covers the radicle, we call it as coleorhiza. So radical root rhiza. So you can remember in that way. This plumule is also covered with a one more layer, that is call it as a coleoptile, the layer which surrounds the plumule. So these roots are actually grown. You can find in the case of the seed germination from the radicle. Now these roots are growing into the soil against the light. The shoot is growing against the gravity towards the light. So this root will be growing. So let us say this dotted line is like a soil. You can find the root is growing towards the soil or towards the gravity, and it is growing against the sunlight. So these roots are said to be descending as they are growing downwards. These are descending, growing towards the gravity or the soil. So they are positively geotropic roots. They are positively geotropic in nature. We have negative geotropic roots also. We will be studying under root modifications. And as they are growing against the light, they are showing the negative response towards the light. So they are negatively phototropic. You can use the word as photonastic also. They are showing the non-directional movements towards the stimulus. So these are photonasty, or they are geotropic. Tropic or the positive response, nasty is the negative response. Now it is growing underground. It is in descending order. It is a portion of the main plant axis. It is developing from the radicle of an embryo. It is not green in color, which is non-green in color, and it doesn't contain any nodes and internodes. It is without nodes and internodes. Nodes and internodes are the special structures present on the stem, but you cannot find these type of structures in the root. Now we have the different types of root systems, fibrous root, tap root, adventitious roots. We'll be studying in the case of root part. The main function of the root is for the mechanical support. It is providing the anchorage. It is performing anchorage function, and it is absorbing the water and minerals from the soil, helpful for the transportation of water and minerals. It prevents the soil erosion. All these are the primary functions. Coming to the secondary functions, it will store the food material, and it will also helpful for the synthesizing of some of the plant hormones. Let us see what are the main regions which are present in the root. So the regions of root are mainly of the four regions. Somewhere it is mentioned as three also. So let us see what are these. If you want to study the regions of the root, you will be observing this germinating seed. Whenever the seed is germinating, you can find the formation of the root. So in the germination or in the germinating seed, you can find this structure which is growing downwards. So there you can find from the tip to towards the upper side, you can see all these regions. So first we'll start with the first zone, that is the root cap zone. So what is a root cap? Usually the root cap is a one which is covering the root tip. So this is the root tip. The cap type of structure which is covering the root tip, we call it as a root cap zone. So what is this root cap zone? This is a thimble-like structure. So thimble is not a pointed one. A thimble-like structure, that is a root tip that has to be protected. So how this thimble structure is protected? It is protected by the root cap. So this root cap is just like a cap-like structure which is protecting the a tender thimble-like structure, that is the root tip. So this zone comes under the root cap zone or the root tip zone. So you can call it as a root tip zone or the root cap zone. And this root cap is actually tightly attached to the root tip. These are tightly present sheaths which are covering the root tip. Let us see what is the function of it. These are actually useful for the growing of this root into the soil. So usually whenever the root tip is growing, it need to penetrate deep into the soil. So in that cases, whatever the root tip is there, that is so delicate. So that delicate one may be ruptured whenever it is hitting the soil. So that time the protection has to be given because the root tip is so delicate. If the root cap is there, it is just like a structure which is protecting the root tip. It is protecting the delicate root tip and helps in easy penetration into the soil. So the root tip will be covered with the tight bound sheath or the layer, and it is protecting this delicate root tip, also helpful for the easy penetration of root tip into the soil or root into the soil. So whenever the roots are properly spread in the soil, the mechanical strength will be provided and the more absorption of water solutes can be takes place. So in some cases, all the plants may not contain the root cap. So root cap is a special you can find only in the terrestrial plants or the land plants. There are the plants which can grow even in water also. Those are called as the aquatic plants. In the aquatic plants, instead of root cap, you will be containing the loosely bound sheath around this root tip region. So that loose sheath, we call it as the root pockets. So this is a special feature for the aquatic plants. You can find the root pockets. So what are the root pockets? Root cap is in the terrestrial plant, a cap-like structure which is tightly bound to this root tip as a part of protection. Even in aquatic plants also, you can find the root pockets which are loosely bound layers. So same it is appearing like a root cap only, but it is loosely bound. This is tightly bound. The aquatic plants like Pistia and Eichhornia, you can find the root pockets. In all the terrestrial plants, you can find the root cap, Pistia and Eichhornia. Now, there is a one plant that is a screw pine. So there is a speciality of the screw pine. We also call it as a pandanus. This plant will be having the largest root cap. So what is a root cap here? This one. On the terrestrial plant, there will be having the largest root cap. That root cap is made up of many layers or the many sheaths. Many sheathi or many layer root cap is present in the screw pine. And this root cap is also called as the calyptra. There is a other name for the root cap. We call it as a calyptra. And why we are calling it as calyptra? It is originated from the meristematic activity. Usually this root tip region is called as the region of meristematic activity. So here we are considering this as the second one, as the meristematic cells are there. So we know that meristematic cells are having the capability for the continuous division. They are continuously dividing cells. So due to that continuous division, they are forming the root cap at the tip. So that root cap is called as a calyptra, and they are formed from the meristematic cells called as the calyptrogen. So calyptrogen is the meristematic cell which is continuously dividing, and it is forming the calyptra, that is the other name of the root cap. So that is about the first region. And coming to the second region, the region of meristematic activity, or you can also call this zone as meristematic zone, where you can find the meristematic cells and their activity. The function of meristematic cells is like a cell division. That's why we also call this zone as the zone of cell division. So the name itself is indicating its function. What is meant by the cell division? Whatever the cells which are there, the cells are of, so you can find these type of cells. So I'm drawing the pink one here. So those are the meristematic cells. So what is the use of this cell? Each meristematic cell is actually really small, will be containing the very thin wall, and they have the dense cytoplasm. They will be continuously dividing, and this region is considered as the main growing region of the root. So this is the main growing region compared to the remaining regions of the root. And where you can find this, so this region is actually present just above the root cap. So this root cap is the terminal one. It is present towards the apical side, or at the terminal side, or at the tip side, or at the end. So towards the end you can find the root cap, but where you can find this meristematic zone, you can find somewhat near to this tip part. So that's why it is called as subterminal region. It is near to the terminal but not at the tip region. So it is a subterminal zone or the subterminal region you can find just above the root cap. So wherever the root cap is there, just above the root cap, this region is present, and which is considered as the main growing region of this root. So the cells which are present here, they are highly dividing in nature. They continuously divide. They undergo the repeated cell divisions. So suppose one cell is there that is dividing into two cells. Those two cells are dividing into four cells. So four cells dividing into the eight cells. So in the same way, all the cells are continuously dividing. That's why this region is called as the zone of cell division. As the cells are meristematic type of cells, we also call it as a region of meristematic activity or the meristematic zone. So the next zone we have is the region of elongation, or this is a third zone, is also called as elongation zone. So the term itself is indicating the in this zone all the cells will be elongated. So this zone is a elongation zone. Suppose where it is present above the meristematic zone. So the tip one is a root cap. Above that meristematic zone is present. Above that the region of meristematic zone. So this one is the region of the elongation, and towards the tip, that is a region of meristematic, and the root cap which is covering this, that is a root cap region. In the elongation region, where you can find it, this region is present above the region of meristem. Here it is slightly longer region when compared to the remaining zones. So it is slightly longer region when compared to the remaining meristematic or the maturation region. So in this case, what you can find, whatever the cell is there, suppose this is the shape of the cell initially, whenever the cell enter into this region, it will actually elongate. So whenever the cell is elongating, it leads to the root growth. So the cell elongation takes place at a rapid rate. So the rapid cell elongation will be there. So that is how it is helpful for the growth of the root. So the main growing season, the main growing region here is, one is the meristematic region, other one is the elongation region. So that is the third one. And coming to the fourth one, the region of maturation. So this is the fourth zone. So here we have the structures called as the root hairs. Let us see what is the function of this root hair. You can find the hair-like structures which are present in the region of maturation, these are called as the root hairs. And what is the function of this root hair? They are helpful for the absorption process. They will absorb water and the solutes from the soil, and they will be sending to the root. Through the root it reach the stem, branches, then leaves, and again transpiration takes place from the leaf. The main absorption of water and solute will be taking place in this, and this process is like a continuous process. They continuously absorb the water and solutes. Now these are just like a hairy type of structures. They are present on the root surface, and these root hairs are very thin and they are very fine hair like structures. They are delicate, and most of the root hairs are unicellular in nature. So that's the function of the root hair, where you can find this root hair in the region of maturation. So let us see what you can find here. So this region of maturation is also called as the zone of maturation. So which means all the cells are going to mature here and they will start performing the function. So where this zone is present? This zone is just present above the region of elongation. So it is present above the region of elongation, and that will be extended towards the upward. It will be extended towards the upward direction. So that is the zone of maturation. And in this case, whatever the cells are there, the cells which are developed from the differentiation, and they will become mature cells here. So here all the cells are getting matured. So once they are matured, they are ready to perform a specific function. So those type of cells can be seen in this case. And coming to the root hair, we need to mention one more point. You can find the root hairs in most of the plants, but some plants like epiphytes, the plants which are growing on the plants, and the plants like parasitic. So the parasitic plants and epiphytic plants, they do not contain any root hair. They do not have root hair. And the root hair is actually present in the zone of maturation. So this is the region where you can find the origin of lateral roots. In the zone of maturation only, all the lateral roots will be developed. So where you can find the origin for the lateral roots. So all these are the different zones present in this root region. So one is the root cap, next is meristematic, elongation, and the maturation.